Hi, my name is Megan O'Neill, and I am a neonatal intensive care unit nurse, or also called a NICU nurse. I'm currently in school to get my master's in nursing in order to become a neonatal nurse practitioner, or also known as an NNP. So today I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my journey and how I decided to become an APRN, or Advanced Practice Registered Nurse, and what got me there. So a few years ago, I moved to a country in Eastern Africa called Somaliland. There's a picture of me while I was there. It was there that my journey to becoming an APRN began. So while working at a local hospital as a nutritionist, I mainly worked with adult patients, usually diabetics and sometimes postpartum moms, so moms who'd recently delivered, and just talking to them about what food is good for them to eat and adjusting it based on culture. But while I was there, I was also able to shadow some of the local physicians and just learn a little bit more about working in a hospital. This is a picture of the hospital I worked in. So one room in the hospital that I really kept getting drawn to was the NICU. So it was not a very high-tech hospital. This is the extent of their technology. So this is just a radiant bed warmer. And that was about as intense as they got in the NICU. Homemade CPAP machines, and that's about it. So that's where I just fell in love with it. There was something about being there with those babies that felt like home. And I especially loved how innovative and creative the team there got in order to save these babies' lives and give them the best care that they could. So that's when I realized that I wanted to become a nurse and eventually become an NNP. So I applied to nursing school. Fast forward to today, and it is truly a dream to be able to be an NNP school and to one day achieve that goal. And just a little bit about an NNP. So as an NNP, I'm able to create the plan of care for each of my patients, as well as write prescriptions. I specialize in ages 0 to 2. Primarily, it's going to be premature babies, the ones that are born too early. And so things that I love about being an NNP is NNPs tend to be lifelong learners who are motivated to provide the best care that they can for their patients, always looking up evidence-based practice and trying to adjust what they do according to that. And I love that about my career because it's constantly changing and challenging me. But I especially love the patient population. And for me, there's something so special to be able to be there with taking care of the babies, but also being there with the parents, because most of them had no idea they were going to end up in the NICU with their children. And so I liked being able to be there, and I make it a point to include the family in the plan of care and make sure they know what's going on and to do the best that I can to provide for them as well as the baby, because I don't have just the baby as my patient, but I also have the families. So now, as a NICU nurse, I work with beds that look a little bit more like this. So a big upgrade from what I worked at in Somaliland, but I absolutely love it. And I know that one day with my master's, I want to go back overseas and I want to teach. There's a huge need for Western trained professionals to teach locals so the locals can then help themselves. Because for me, it's not about my degree and what I know. For me, it's all about taking care of the babies and making sure that they get the best care that they can, no matter what country they're in or what city they are, and that's just what I want to do. And so for me, it's a privilege to be able to take care of the babies and to help the parents while they're going through this time, but ultimately just to be able to become an NNP is completely a dream come true.